Jory, my darling, you look stunning. Very, very princess-like. And Tony, you in your own Prince Charming kind of way swept her off her feet. And I tell you, I can't tell you how excited we are that the two of you are joined together in marriage and that you've joined our family. It's fantastic. Being a man of few words, just a few thoughts that I've had that have come together that I want the two of you to hear and all of you as well. You know, as we celebrate this day with the two of you, you're probably a little bit overwhelmed, maybe not quite yet, but when the next day comes or the day after that comes and reality sets in and you wonder what happens next, that is a bit overwhelming. There's no real good manual for what to do in a marriage. It's all about teaching, learning, and experiencing and sharing and growing and crying a little bit. But you learn as you go. And I remember when you were young and I was teaching you how to throw a football. And I mean, you were young. And I told you that you can't just simply sling it out there. You can't just hope that it's going to go where you want it. You've got to have vision. You've got to have direction. And you've got to have that focus. And from that time forward, I laughed inside. But from that time forward for years, every time she'd throw a football, she'd get that cock back here and her hand would go out. And she would envision where she was going to throw that. The point is, you got it. You were taught, you learned, you understood focus and direction and perseverance and determination. And you've always had that. Keep that up. Work that into your marriage. With teaching comes learning. You're not beginners at life, but you are beginners in marriage. Today is day one of your marriage. First of all, enjoy it. But second of all, take this day and begin it with caring and with patience and with love and with laughter. Lots and lots of laughter. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. Be each other's teachers. You know, learn from each other. Know that you are surrounded by people in this room that will teach you and that will guide you. Watch them. Listen to them. You know, learn from them. Laugh with them. I could go on all night long, not because I'm loaded with wisdom, but because I don't want to let you go. But I know that I have to. So, with that being said, it's time to propose a toast. I lost my glass. Is that it? Sure. There's stuff going around. I don't know if you've heard. Where are we at? Toast. Toast. Toast is odd. What is this toast thing? You know, toast at weddings dates back to the 6th century BC. You know, the Greeks, the Latins developed this thing. First of all, the Greeks back in that time, they'd pour all their wine into a common pitcher. And then the father of the bride would drink out of that with his goblet of wine and prove to everyone that was here that there's no poison in it and that they could celebrate freely. You don't have to worry about it. Celebrate freely. Toast, actually, the word toast is a Roman practice that the Romans would take a burnt piece of bread and they would throw it into the glass of wine and in hopes of taking away the bitterness and make it sweet. Sweeten up the wine a little bit. Am I right, Jacob? Yep. That's right. So, the Greeks, they'd take their glasses and they'd hoist them up and they would honor the Greek gods, and of course, and then they'd clink their glasses together. And that clinking was actually a sound of loyalty amongst all that were here. And so that's part of what you hear when you're clinking your glasses. The other thing is when you click your glasses together, it made the sound of bells, essentially wedding bells. That's where that all had a derivation from. So the wedding bells there. And then the wine that was in the goblets showed a new life. The wine is a symbol of new life. So as we hoist our glasses, let me first tell you, I think I had one other thing I wanted to say. Oh, yeah. Remember your vows. The vows that you spoke to each other, remember them with all your heart. But above all, remember with all your heart that Jesus loves you. And that Jesus wants you to love him with all your heart and with all your soul. So remember that. Build your marriage around that. Enjoy your marriage with love and laughter. So now, for real. Okay, for real. Let's raise our glasses. Let's raise our glass. Let's hear that clink. And let's toast the new bride and groom, Jory and Tony. Cheers.